Institutional competency evaluation. So evaluation, it is a very significant element of the teaching learning process. So it helps also to determine what works well and what could be improved in a program or initiative. So as a trainer, it is a must that you know how to test or verify that assessment criteria addressed during the training. So this is done to verify the acquisition of knowledge, skills, and attitude needed acquired from the training. So institutional competency evaluation. It is the assessment of the knowledge, skills, and attitude acquired from the training. It is administered by the trainer within the training duration. Trainees also should be evaluated every other after competency. No trainee should be allowed to transfer to another competency without having been assessed. So first, it is the assessment of the knowledge, skills, attitudes acquired from the training. So for example, I am now currently under the um, one of the one of the program of TESDA, the Training for Work Scholarship Program. So with the qualification of um, Front Office Services and C2. So ngayon, natapos na kami sa aming training session. So naghihintay na lang kami for our final assessment. So dito is, so that assessment will serve as our evaluation to test if we really have acquired knowledge from the training session na aming ginawa. Then also dito malalaman kung ano yung kulang pa sa amin para makaproceed sa next or para sa aming future na job. The next is, it is administered by the trainer within the training duration. Also, yung mga trainer namin, bago yung final assessment is, we do a pre-assessment para ma-ready kami or ma-assess pa yung kung ano pang kulang para ma-assess pa kung ano yung kulang at malalaman kung ano pang dapat naming malaman at gawin for the final assessment. Then trainees should be evaluated every after competency. So as a trainees, dapat ma-evaluate kami every competency. So di kami pwedeng maka-proceed sa next competency if hindi pa kami na-evaluate sa aming current na competency. The next is, no trainee should be allowed to transfer to another competency without having been assessed. So, just like what I've said kanina, bago kami makaproceed sa next competency, dapat is may mag-assess or maka-assessment pa kami. Next, for the purpose of competency-based training or CBT, assessments are usually given for the following purposes. So these are the purposes bakit may assessments or may evaluation na nagaganap. So to validate the current competencies of trainees. So to validate kung ano ng competency ang mayroon ang trainees. The next is to measure how much trainees have learned in the training session given. So dito malalaman kung hanggang saan lang ang nalalaman ng isang trainees within that training session na naganap. The next is to help diagnose trainees' problem and guide future instructions. So dito rin matutulungan ng mga trainers ang mga trainees sa kanilang mga problema or kung may hindi sila may kulang pa sa mga kaalaman, and also to guide future mga instructions. Trainers can also ask questions sa mga trainees for them to, or for us trainees na maging knowledgeable enough. The next is to decide whether trainees are competent or not. So by this assessment or evaluation, dito mo malalaman if you are ready or you are capable enough to proceed or for your future job or as a future FDA or front desk attendant. Okay, next, the institutional competency evaluation tool. So these are the following tools: task skills, task management skills, job role, and environment management skills, contingency management skills. So first is the task skills. So in task skills, it is performing the task or job to the required standard. Next is the task management skills, where you can able to do more than one thing at a time and managing the work currently. Next is job role and environment management skills, or the outcomes. It is able to deal with the responsibilities and expectations of the work environment. Then lastly, the contingency management skills. It is responding appropriately to irregularities and breakdowns in routine within a job or in the workplace. So characteristics of good evaluation tools. So first, reliability. Reliability refers to consistency of scores by the same person when re-examined with the same test of different occasions. Your test is reliable if your test is consistent in testing what is trying to test. So your test is reliable if nakikita mong natitest talaga kung anong gusto mong matest as a trainer. So characteristics of good evaluation tools. So reliability. So reliability refers to consistency of scores by the same person when re-examined with the same test on different occasions. Your test is reliable if your test is consistent in testing what it is trying to test. So your test is reliable if you can really see that it really tests the trainees, yung matitest talaga yung trainees kung saan lang yung kaya niya. The next is factors that may affect reliability. These are the following: length of the test, difficulty of the test, and objectivity. So first, length of the test. The longer the test, the higher the reliability. Kasi the longer the test is more informations or more marami kang malalaman kung saan pa ang kulang or dapat pang i-assess sa trainees. Next is difficulty of the test. So the bigger the spread of the scores, the more reliable the measured difference is like to be. So items should not be too easy or too difficult. So next is objectivity. This is achieved if scores are independent of the subjective judgment of individual examinees. Then, to increase the reliability of the written test, we do the item analysis. So, the analyzing the degree of difficulty and the index of discrimination of the test items. Standard written test items should not be too easy nor too difficult. It should be discriminate those who learn from those who did not learn anything. So, by taking this test, dito mo malalaman or dito mo makacategorize ang mga trainees kung sino talaga yung may na-learn sa walang or sa mga may kulang pa, may dapat padagdagan ang kaalaman about the training. The next, the validity. So this is the degree to which the test actually measures what it purports to measure. It provides a direct check on how well the test fulfills its functions. So factors that influence the validity of the test: appropriate of the test items, directions, reading vocabulary and sentence structures, difficulty of items, construction of test items, and no ambiguous items or leading items. Third, objectivity. The test must be fair to all the examinee. The next is discrimination. It must pick up the good examinees from the poor. Lastly, ease of administration and scoring. The test must have the right length and the level of sophistication to do the job. Then parts of the competency evaluation tools are evidence plan, written test, performance test, questioning tool with answer. The next reporter will be Ms. Lauren Panes to discuss workshop layout and the difference between conventional and CBT layout.